Hey guys, Johnny Good here for realhomestudio.com. Today taking a look at 4 different delay plugins from free to relatively inexpensive, one coming bundled with Studio One, one fairly reasonable and one really quite expensive. Let's compare them, let's check them out, let's get into today's video. Just before we dive straight into these delays, I want to remind you guys to please like and subscribe up to Real Home Studio, and if you've got something to say, please do drop it in the comments box below. Okay, so let's dive straight into these delays. I've got 4 different delays, as I mentioned at the top of the video. This first one is from PreSonus. It comes bundled with Studio One. It has since day one, since PreSonus launched Studio One. But with Studio One 5, it's had this really sexy 70s makeover. And I, for one, think the makeover does make it a lot more desirable, and it just makes it a bit more fun and usable. I don't know, it makes me reach for this plugin a bit more than I used to. It's got everything you really need on an analog delay plugin. Of course, your delay settings, your LFO, modulation, your color and drive. You've got motor and you've got some width settings as well. And you could have also got a mix blend knob as well. So you pretty much got it all going in there. Now, these 4 plugins for this little comparison I've got today for today's video, I'm running all of the delays at 1/8 dotted. So all you guitarists out there are going to be really familiar with that setting. You know, think The Edge, think of bands like Pink Floyd, that kind of thing. Let me play you the little bit of guitar without the delay on first of all. Let's engage analog delay from PreSonus. So there you hear analog delay doing its job. Now this plugin is great, as I say, comes bundled. Studio One users, you're going to have this right now in your stock plugins. PreSonus have made this available for the small amount of £18 UK, so you can go and use that across different DAW platforms, which is really cool. And earlier users of Studio One, you're going to have this too, but it's just not going to look quite sexy as it does in Studio One 5. Now, what I wanted to do with today's video is just compare these delays so you get an idea of maybe what you pay for. So I want to put this analog delay up against Echo Boy Junior. So going more to the top end with Sound Toys. Now, I looked this morning and I was quite surprised to see that Sound Toys no longer make Echo Boy Junior as of making this video, March 22 that is. They no longer make it available on its own. So if you're going to want to use something like Echo Boy Junior, you're actually going to have to buy Echo Boy to get these kind of sounds at the moment. Why they've pulled that, I have no idea. Maybe they were selling too many Echo Boy Juniors. Maybe it eclipsed Echo Boy a little bit. I certainly did make a video about a year ago just saying I prefer using Echo Boy Junior than I do Echo Boy. So if you want the sounds of Echo Boy from Sound Toys at the moment, your only option seems to be going down the Echo Boy route, and that is fairly expensive, coming in, I think, somewhere around £150. So it's not a cheap plugin. My top tip would certainly be wait for those Sound Toys sales when they do discount it quite considerably. Okay, let's check it out up against analog delay from PreSonus. I've dialed it in again, 1/8 dotted, and I'm using the Memory Man setting on Echo Boy Junior. So let's just take a listen. Now the PreSonus. Now to my ears, it's fairly subtle, but Echo Boy seems to bring out more of the sort of richer pick characteristic, a little bit of a quacky sound from the guitar, from that humbucking pickup, which I like a little bit more than the analog delay. I say it's got a little bit more musicality and a little bit more of a feel and style about it. Let's just listen and compare those one more time. PreSonus. Yeah, the PreSonus just washes over me a little bit more when applied to that guitar. Is there a £150 worth of difference? Well, I'll let you guys decide that one. Moving on, Valhalla Delay. I really like how Valhalla set out their plugins. I think they're really straightforward and very pleasant to use. They're kind of, for me, a lot of what gripes me a bit about the full version of Echo Boy from Sound Toys, in that I find it sometimes just a bit over-involved, a bit too complex. This is very straightforward. You can just get in there, dial in what you need and get out straight away. Again, with Valhalla Delay, you've got a bunch of different modes, much like in Echo Boy and Echo Boy Junior. We've got tape mode today. You've also got this era mode, which is cool as well. Again, that just changes the feel and the sound of the plugin. You've got past, present, and future. We're going to leave that on past. And let's take a listen to Valhalla Delay. Again, we've got a bit of modulation and a bit of drive going on this plugin too. Over to Echo Boy. Back to Valhalla. And the PreSonus. So that's Valhalla Delay coming in at $50, works out about £35–40 UK. If you don't want to put your hands in your pocket, here's a top tip for you. Go check out Valhalla Supermassive on the Valhalla website, because it's 100% free. Now, it doesn't have the drive functions that these other plugins have, but what it can do is, as well as doing some absolutely insane supermassive delays, it can do your bread and butter delays as well, and it's a really nice plugin to reach for because it's very, very straightforward to use. It's got a whole bunch of different modes here, again, which gives you a whole bunch of some pretty crazy delay options, but again, you can do that 1/8 dotted delay on Supermassive. It can do that bread and butter stuff. You've got modulations on there. You can mix the plug-in. You've got pretty much everything other than bringing in that kind of analog warmth drive. Let's just check it out. Up against the Valhalla Delay. Back to Supermassive. And Echo Boy. So there you go, guys, 4 different delays with 4 very different price tags from free from the Valhalla Supermassive. You've got PreSonus's Analog Delay, which for Studio One owners is free. You'll find that in your stock plugins in the PreSonus folder. If you've got an earlier version of the Studio One 5, it won't look quite as 70s and sexy as the Studio One 5 version, but it will sound, I think, pretty much the same. Then you've got the Valhalla Delay, I think an excellent sounding, and I really like the interface with that. Not too expensive, quite reasonable at £35, around that kind of price, $50 US. And then at the top of the price range, just because Echo Boy Junior doesn't seem to be available on its own anymore, so you're going to either have to put your hand in your pocket for the big Sound Toys bundle, or upgrade to Echo Boy itself for those sounds, which is pretty expensive, I think around 150 quid. So not cheap at all. So if you want to get those premium sounds, then you're going to have to pay. Is it worth the money? In my opinion, I'm a bit on the fence with it, yes and no, because I reach for Echo Boy when I want to use a delay pretty much 99% of the time when I'm working. So I've paid for it and I really like it. A top tip would certainly be to buy it when it's in a Sound Toys sale around some of those special times of the year where these plugins get discounted. That's the time to pull the trigger on a plugin like that and go, you treat yourself. I do think it's a great plugin. But that said, the other side of me kind of thinks you can get very close with these other plugins too. I particularly really like the Valhalla Delay, which is like a third of the price, and I think it's a great plugin, sounds great. and you know, you've got those 2 other options for free to get you started. Guys, what did you think? Let me know what you think about these 4 delays, or indeed any other delays that you guys enjoy using, in the comments box below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Hope you enjoyed the video today. If you did, please remember to like and subscribe. If a free 6-part course on the fundamentals of mixing from your home studio, getting you on that fast track to building a good solid foundation base to your mixes, sounds tempting to you, then click on the link below, sign up to realhomestudio.com and enroll in my course, The Virtual Console. I've got another course in there free, guys, a 6-part mini course guiding you through how you can really get some great fundamentals to start making some really good money from not only your music productions but also getting out there in live music too. Enroll in the music money mindset just by signing up to realhomestudio.com. I've got a free ebook you can click on below too, with 7 great suggestions on how you can get started monetizing your home studio. And if there isn't enough, upon signing up to realhomestudio.com, you'll also get 3 free workshop videos looking at some ways you can monetize your music right now from your home studio. But guys, most importantly, go have yourselves a great day.